good evening. I've turned into my brother once more. It is the Three Men and a Vape Show. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday night. I hope you are all fine and dandy in chat. And it's nice to be here another week, lads, isn't it? It is really nice to be here another week.
It is.
I am joined by the wonderful casters, the one and only Harley. How are you, brother?
I'm good.
Have you knocked anything over?
Oh, I feel a bit.
Either that or he's looking for his testicles, wasn't it too?
I'm a bit wrongly positioned. I'm more diagonal on, and I didn't mean my testicles. Fuck's sake.
That's because you've got bad eyesight, apparently.
Yes.
Yes.
Who's got bad eyesight? What?
Oh, didn't you listen to what Mr. B was on about the study of erectile dysfunction, and now it's your eyesight?
No, I was sorting my earphone out.
This is proof. Harley, you just don't listen to me.
He was sorting his headset out.
We try and have conversations, but you don't listen to me anymore.
Yeah.
And we are also joined by the wonderful Mr. B. How are you, brother?
I was fine until I realised you don't listen to me anymore. I think we need to go for counselling.
It's the key to a happy life. Not listening to Mr. B.
Oi! To be fair, Mrs. B will probably agree with you. I tell you what, I've had a fun week this week. A very fun week.
A fun week?
A fun week. Listening to or reading about all these idiots who want to say weird shit about vaping.
Well, you do get quite a number of them over the years.
Well, apparently this week, vaping may cause erectile dysfunction. And now
that's what's causing it.
Exactly. It's not the gallons of brandy or rum, it's vaping. And now in the sun, apparently vaping could cause eyesight impairment. Only if you're blowing clouds.
To be fair, 2 out of 3 of us are wearing glasses.
I should be wearing
glasses. That's age. Well. That's age and eyesight deterioration due to.
I'm 27, by the way.
Well, a lot of the age deterioration eyesight thing is to do with hardening of the lens, isn't it?
Well, I was going to say wanking, and then you said hardening.
It's hardening. You're a bit orny today, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, see, I told you, looking for his testicles. That's why we're feeling uncomfortable. He was watching monkey porn.
It's better than the midget one he was watching. Big love to everybody in chat. It is so honestly, we're so pleased that everybody joins us. Week in, week out. But also, we love them lovely people on the replay as well. So, play them.
This one's for all the cool cats on the replay.
So, the people on the replay, Harley.
I'm just refreshing it to make sure one's What?
We've got Thomas in. We've got Mark H, Lee Armitage,
Good eye,
Stuart Valentine, Sam M, Cicero. We've got Bill Richards, Vapor Bunny. Blazing's in the house as well. It's always nice to see Blazing.
Since when did the replay crew become the live crew?
Sorry, no, I just thought while you were doing your thing there, I said hello to one person. I thought I'd better say hello to a few.
No, I always have to refresh it last minute, because if Liz is knocking about, she likes to put a last minute comment on this.
Oh, Liz loves putting a thing in.
Does she?
We've got Matt Get the Chopper Manian. Do you know, he commented on one of my videos yesterday, and it was something like Matt likes buttholes Manian. And I was going to put, yes, Mr. Matt likes bunny holes.
Bunny's holes.
Bunny holes, right.
Then I thought, well, once he's changed his name, I'll just look like a knobhead, won't I?
Yeah, because he'll change his name to something else.
Anyway, Matt Get to the Chopper Manian, but had to catch on replay, had the flu lurgy at the new year and felt wiped out. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and a happy new year. You too, Matt. You too, sir. Hope you're feeling better. Eric Hegeman, thanks for the show, gents. Enjoyed watching. Mr. Full Moon pop by. Sorry I missed the show, guys. Big love. And Retro Vape TV. Replay crew. And I thought that meant Aiden crew, heart, but it's not. It's replay crew, heart. Big love, guys.
To get it wrong way. Big loves you all. I hope you are feeling a bit better, Matt. I think everybody's been the same. They're all under the weather. It's that thing, isn't it? Because with this being on lockdown and everybody not going out anywhere, we're now obviously mixing with other people. And the colds that we didn't get before, we're getting them. And then everybody starts panicking, don't they? As soon as you get the sniffles and a bit of a cough, that's what happened before.
I think weather's been up and down as well, which does create cold-like symptoms.
Well, I had a chest infection, and it lasted for about a month. So that I think that because I was a bit run down, but again, a bit of some antibiotics because I don't take them very often. It cleared it up. Just 5 days, bang, cleared it up.
On New Year's Eve, day before New Year's Eve, I woke up with a room spinning like fuck. Bear in mind, I don't drink. I felt like I had the world's worst hangover. Got up, nearly fell over. Scrambled downstairs, made a coffee, blah, blah, blah. Went to work. I did 2 PCR lateral flow tests, both negative. It was fine, fuck you, I'll go to work. Went to work. 2 o'clock, it started to fade away, but I was absolutely like, can't keep my eyes open, knackered. Came home, slept from 2 o'clock all the way till 8 o'clock next morning. Mm-hmm. Evie woke me at one point crying, so I got out of bed to give her a new. And fuck it, our bedroom was quite big. It's got to be 2 meters by 4 meters. And I fell from one side of the room to the other, backwards. A proper room spinning, vertigo, not nice shit.
That's not good, that.
So next morning, I did another flow test. I was fine. Christ was well. Then for a week after, I had shooting pains running from one side of head to other side. It was brutal, but never got a positive. So
yeah, no, it's not nice all like that. Again, it could be a 24-hour bug. I remember you got 24 hours bugs where you just felt absolutely shy.
Yeah, I remember getting 24-hour bugs every time I wanted a day off work.
Yeah, it's just that sickness. No, as people might have noticed, there's a bit of a difference in the background. I've only just set the computer back up as well. Obviously, I was actually on the other side, and we had all the wallpapers come off. This was my old background, what I had before, but I've decided I quite like where the desk is now, so I'm going to strip this wallpaper as well now and put a new background.
Is that Dolly Bird in the background of party wallpaper?
Yeah.
Or is that just a sticker you've put on?
No, that's it's Marilyn Monroe. I tell you what, there's some right old stickers from Expos on here. There's all sorts on here. From
Hell on fire. That's the type of wallpaper you want in your bathroom so you got something to read when you go for a crap.
When you go there. Right then, I'll tell you what we're going to do is, I think we haven't done the hand checks for a couple of weeks, have we? And I know there's quite a few, so I think what we'll do is we'll go straight on to the handy checks.
It's that time, people. It's hand check time.
Hand check time.
Have you allowed me to share it?
Yeah.
I'm on mum's screen again. I hate you around here. My mic's in way. Right,
my mic's telling me no.
We've got Bill Richards with a Target 200 and the Arbiter 2. With
I'm waving and I don't know why because you can't see it.
Bill, do you know how I do that quite often? When other people share the screen, I always keep my fake smile up and then I realise you don't have to do that anymore. You can relax your jaw a bit. Bill Richards with a Target 200, Arbiter 2, coconut Portuguese tart lemonade. And they did put a comment about coconut Portuguese tart.
Hey, you've been time to practice on it, pal. We get it, don't worry.
I'm moving on before anyone. Oh, I'm not moving on. I'm moving on.
Moving in.
Kieran Doyle with the Minikin Plus with the iVape Good frozen cherries.
Yeah, really good. The Minikin Plus and the Minikin are really, really good. I don't know if he's got the 3mm pod, but I would personally source the 3mm pod.
Can't you tell that was a proper case of, I know what RVG stands for. Everyone else says RVG, Harley. I vape, great.
Well, I was just going to say, he's actually good, but okay. Yeah, we were going to say last year, it is great, isn't it? Well, I was going to say last year, they started talking about shitloads of merch. And I don't know if it's just me, but I think I vape great, I vape good, I vape gay, whatever you want to fucking call it, is cringy as fuck as a business name. Who does that? It's like making a car IDG. I drive good. It's fucking.
What you mean, like C''D?
What?
Like you said about cars' names, like the C''D.
What?
I don't know.
You've never heard of that car?
Going, really?
No.
CEE''D. It's the Kia Ceed, but it's the C''D.
Oh, is that the pistache? That's John's store, isn't it? Just Nick.
Oh, right. Confused then.
I'm just not letting you two just explain what C apostrophe D is. Let's get on with the show. Okay, now.
The Cody Volga with a vicious ant Eris DNA 75C on the KHW mods DAW 16 MTL RTA with Pitash. The SS Mini SL class on the EVL Reaper. V3 Mini RTA with Nicola.
And it
That's
is, it's
piss
just
tash.
Nick it, isn't it? I'm sure it's just Nick it.
Is that called pistache?
Yeah.
Like urine on a mustache?
Pistachio.
Ah, right, I get you. Because it's pistachio. I think it's pistache. I think that's like urine on a mustache.
Oh, we've all been there.
Where's the show going to this week?
We've all been there, have we, Alex?
See, I didn't press next as soon as I said it, but it didn't work.
That is the Aspire GT, and it's also the Vape. It's the Vapemon gearbox, and that is Darth Vapor.
Aidan, are we pissing about with your schedule a little bit?
No, I'm just. I just know whose it is.
You know,
It is
fat
indeed.
controller. Come on, son, you're late. Come on, leave it on.
It is Darth's Nautilus GT on the gearbox by Vapemons. It does look very beautiful.
On what box, Harley?
The gearbox.
Gearbox. Is that what it is?
That was one of the first wireless mods what you could charge.
Ewan Haynes, Arbiter 2 on the Go 21, which is still my favourite mod, to be fair. Cracking little thing. I didn't use the app, though. I'm not very keen on using Chinese apps for have no purpose. Finn Ewell with the Ewell Caliburn A2, Homeboy Red, Apple, and Rhubarb. He did put a comment about having to use that today because customers keep complaining about the clouds wafting through the shop.
He was
Which, to be fair,
he was sat
Understood.
there today. I walked past him. He was sat there. He looked very bored today, poor lad.
Well, it miserably can't blow clouds.
but I used to make it my mission to have the shop constantly clouded out. Not worse than a vape shop that's not got vapes.
That's probably where the son's getting this problem of impairing eyesight. They probably walked in your shop. Can't see fuck all.
Got cataract. Shit. My button's not working. Did I miss someone?
No.
I've had a few technical problems tonight. Full Moon with a Geek Vape blade under the Eclipse RTA with the Prohibition riding shotgun juice.
I'm going to start singing then. That I like that keyboard.
I was thinking that. It's very typewriter, isn't it?
It's quite smart, that.
I wonder if it makes a typewriter sound when you press it. This is... Do you know what this is?
Oh, we know this is. It's that sexy
I know
rug
that.
as well.
Yeah, I know that carpet anyway. Jane Dowd.
Yeah. They're sexy, the mods as well.
John Cole, Lost Vape Ursa with a Bull. The top
Bull.
side with a Nightmare 25 and with same juice.
Boo.
There's a lot of people talking about that. I've never tried it.
What, Boo Baloo?
Yeah.
It frustrates me because I don't know how it's pronounced. Paul Grierson, Aegis Legend 2, Fat Rabbit, RTA, Seriously Fruiter, Blue Raspberry.
Nice little combo, that.
That makes it look right tall, that picture does.
Yeah. No, it looks nice. Nice little combo.
I don't know if we've done or it's my button that's not working. Guys, next week I want to do a most expensive and cheapest uncheck. So anyone that's got, find out the most expensive hardware you've got and the cheapest. No disposables, that's cheating. I want a picture of them too for the next weekend's check.
Thank you so much to everybody who was put into the handcheck. And also, if you want to get involved with the handcheck, you know what to do. You have to join the Facebook group and you can get involved in the handcheck. Now, talking about disposables, I know we were speaking last week about it, but I had these sent in. This is from Vapex, and this is called the Vino. So basically, you take the top off there and you fill it all up. And they're saying that this is the alternative to a disposable. So basically what you're doing is you fill it up, and they're saying you can fill it up 7 times, charge it up, it's got an 850 mile battery, and then once it's done, you throw it away. They are saying that it is actually recyclable, but I'm not quite sure. I don't know the price of it, but if you think about it, this must be more than £5.
Here's my issue. And obviously, I have an issue. Isn't that no different than a Caliburn A2?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know, it's the same problems that have been thrown up in the past when I've argued disposables, that they're easier to use and all this sort of thing. You don't have to refill them and you don't have to recharge them. But that's now a refillable, rechargeable disposable. Why not just buy a Caliburn A2?
Now, I've read the instructions and I've tried my best to try and get the top off. There's no extra coils in there. They sent it out like the full. It's like a VIP range. They've sent it out to review.
Yeah.
But I can't work. It's got no airflow to it. It's got a nice draw to it and really nice flavour. But I can't work out exactly what you're saying, Mr. B. Is why they don't just make it where you can just buy the pods and then you just keep using the battery. That's just wasteful.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's not logical to me. If I was a vape shop employee and someone came in and said, "Can I have a vino?" my first question would be, "Well, why do you like the vino?"
Yeah.
Well, I can refill it, I can recharge it, then dispose of it. Well, let's take away the disposable part and have a look at this Vaporesso's Ross or X-Ross, whatever you want to call it. Same thing, you got to fill it, you got to charge it.
Device, or the Oxford one as well, that's another good device. The MVP is really nice as well from Innikin.
Yeah.
Them sort of things you can do. The whole thought behind that these are cheap. It's like buying a bottle of juice. I know you're not getting that amount out of it, and they're very simple to put in your pocket. That's my sort of side of it. But I don't know the price of this. But to me, why have they not made it where you can actually, even if you have to throw the full pod away, you know, like an enclosed pod, yeah. But I can't understand why you've got to throw the whole thing away.
I've just had 2 quite big rants about Smok, and it's slightly off subject, but I think it's still on subject, of Smok making their brands less clear. Like the Novo, for example. When the Novo first came out, it was a bog standard pen pod. It had no button, it had nothing, just a pod that you threw away and filled a new. It was fillable, but it had a built-in coil. Throw away the pod, get a new one, blah, blah, blah. And then they adapted it to have adjustable airflow and fucking buttons and all this shit. And they've done the same with a Node. The Node was a very simple thing with one button, no adjustable airflow, no adjustable wattage, changeable coils. So it was like a little step up from a Novo. But then the Node 4 ended up with 80 watts. And I've just done the Node 50 watt video, filmed it. And I was like, well, what is the fucking point here? What have you done? You've got the Node device. You still send out the Node coils, which are all mouth to lung coils, but it ain't got mouth to lung airflow. What the fuck are you doing?
But,
and I
think they were going to go. They were trying to go for the restricted direct to lung. So you can still use the mouth to lung coils, but obviously with a wider airflow, you can have that restricted direct to lung, which I feel a lot of people are. It's getting more popular, the restricted direct to lung. So you're getting a little bit more cloudage in there, but you can still use the higher nicotine.
Yeah, but my point is, why not start another brand?
Hang on, stop the presses. Something miraculous has happened, which has never happened on this show ever. 2 people have agreed with me.
That's it. There'll be screenshots and everything now. They did. In that show, what are we on? On the 117th show, 2 people agreed with me.
But what I mean is, now, if someone was trying to quit smoking, you say, right, go and get a Node. Then they've got this massive variety of different Nodes, some of which aren't as simple as the original, and same with the Novos. Why complicate that line, that product range, and try and make it into different tiers when it's clearly just supposed to be a bog standard simple thing to use?
Again, I think you're completely right. I can't understand why companies, and we're getting a lot of it, they're regurgitating it. So it's like now Vaporesso coming out with the Nano 2, so it's like a square one. It's not like how it was before. They've made it sort of like the Coco. They're just sort of like rejigging it by adding a couple of things and saying it's new.
Smok have done it with about 7 different pods.
Where could you go? We keep saying this. We're looking for innovation. We want innovation. We're sick of this regurgitated shit. where could you go? What direction?
That's obviously down to them. I would like to see. Again, we talked about batteries. We've also talked about the material what we use for coils. I know you've just got the feeler in, haven't you?
I didn't know if we could talk about that. I was sort of hinting at that, but I didn't know if we could talk about it or not.
Yeah, the feeler. Well, I don't know. They've not told me that I can't talk about
Well,
it.
it's not a coil that's different. It's the wicking that's different in the film or film, whatever they call them.
Feeler.
Yeah, film. It's ceramic wicking
That's
makes
been
it
around
different.
for a while.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is in a pod system, it's ceramic wicking rather than cotton or zip. Is that classed as innovation, or is that going back to something we did yonks ago and calling it new?
Faxum says rechargeable supersized bong, supersized clouds. So yeah,
yes.
I remember. I don't know if anybody else remembers. There was the donut coil as well. So, and then the way you wicked it was different. I think.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I think Grim Green did a bit on it, and again, everybody was going to say that was going to be the next thing that took off, and it just never did.
No.
Well, they keep trying, but like Ian said, it is down to them. We're the reviewers. We tell them whether it's good innovation or bad innovation. They're the ones that come up with it. But we've tried the coilless coils. They were shit.
Yeah, which were Vapex, wasn't it?
With the supersonic stuff.
Yeah.
Like a vibration plate.
The problem is, in the same way every industry, especially the phone industry, one brand goes, right, we've got this, be it the Aegis or be it Vupu with their PMP pod tank. And everyone goes, yeah, we're going to do that. Rather than, and I think that's the problem. Then we have to get rid of all that phase of people trying that shit before the next person dares to bring their innovation. It's as if everyone's too scared of their idea being drowned out, if you know what I mean. So they want their moment in the limelight. I'm not saying that is what's happening, but it just seems like, I mean, it's the pace that things happen.
I think that's a great comment from the Vaping Hiddo. You're okay, brother. And let us know what you think about that in chat as well. The vape industry should make more effort to make products more recyclable across the board, i.e. disposables and sub-ohm coils, which are a big lump of stainless steel. Just to tap onto that, obviously Innokin, all their packaging is recyclable. Everything that's in there is recyclable. I can't say that word for some reason. It's something to do with that. I've had a beer, but that's a really good point. Stuff needs to be more. But again, it's China, isn't it?
I was going to say the exact same thing. We are talking about a country. The country that makes them is the biggest polluter in the world. So we can't expect too much on that front, can we?
Sam,
I suppose.
Sorry.
That is a point for all markets. For it. It's the consumers that have the power in it. I suppose. If we went right, we're going to use Innokin more because they're more recyclable, then it does put that boycott type action does massively move the market. Unfortunately, I'm not ever going to say right, I'm just using Innokin. So
yeah,
sorry.
Sam M as well. It's good to think like that, Mr. B. But the problem is, big pharma only think of profit and will sit at the table and say, right, how cheap can we pump this out? And the most profit for little outlay.
Most companies think like that, though. That's, at the end of the day, they're a business, and you don't give money away unless you're a charity. However, innovation can also lead to more profit. It costs a little bit in R&D, but you can make that more profit, especially if you come up with something like a disposable. Someone thought of it first, then all of a sudden everybody jumped on the disposable train. So it had to be innovation at some point.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's not really profitable to the people that first started making them, is it?
You don't know that. I've never seen the books of the person that first made them, to be honest.
Well, the disposables aren't new. Even the latest wave, that started about 2-3 years ago. That's why I have nicotine. I had 0 nicotine, and then Easy Click sent me about 30 pods that were 50 milligram. Yeah, so from 0 to 50 milligram overnight.
I think pods, about 3 years. I think we first saw them come into expos and.
But if you're looking at the normal the ones that look like a cigarette, they were disposable. They're disposable pods.
I'll tell you another. I know again we're moving subjects here. Obviously, I've been talking a lot to Toma. He's from Israel. He was part of the auction, so I've been talking to him a lot. And it was interesting what he was saying on the UK Vape show last week. Was that They've got, I think, if I'm right, he'll correct me in chat. I think it's $7
Tax, yeah.
per
Milliliter.
milliliter. How expensive is that? But I was just looking on the news, the vaping news. The committee will decide soon whether to keep the extreme tax or take it away. So they're actually voting on it. I really hope
Israel's a weird
that
place.
is just ridiculous, isn't it? It's $7 per mil.
Government-wise, or the people that make all the rules and stuff, Israel's a weird place. A lot of the stuff I agree with what they say, but this $7 a milliliter is extreme. And it was obviously done in an attempt to try and stop vapors. But maybe now they're looking
at... saying, I think the pack of cigarettes is only like $10. So...
Exactly. So if you look at it from that point of view, where maybe they're starting to look at the science a bit more, they're thinking, well, hang on a minute, you know.
Again, Thomas there, he says, disposables is the reason for vape tax in Israel, $7 per mil. Save the children from nicotine. Why don't they just find the people that sell them selling to under 18s? I think that's totally right. We've spoke about this lots and lots of times about that it should be just vape shops that sell them, so you can't really get them from your garages and all that. And also maybe some sort of way of checking the age online as well.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Amazon does an age checker. eBay does an age checker. I think eSig One does an age checker as well.
How does eBay do an age checker?
They have the age verification software where you've got to prove your age.
Yeah. I think you have
have you not used it before? What happens is you get an email, you place your order, then you get an email from this age verification software that will ask you to provide ID, passport, driving license, along those lines, official ID to prove you are over age and can buy it.
Yeah, but the way Amazon does it is they've actually got done for not doing it properly. But Amazon's way is to get the drivers to ask for ID on the door.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Which I think is a lot more foolproof than that. Corey could quite easily buy something on my eBay and then upload my ID.
But then that's down on you, then, isn't it? Not Corey.
But I think the age thing, I think we massively over-missed the point of, up until disposables came out, there were more kids smoking than vaping. And the studies and the research showed that kids weren't getting into vaping, kids were getting into smoking. And I've said it before on this show, but when I was at school, a woman came to the school, and if you went into an office and blowed into a breathalyzer that checked the carbon levels in your breath, she'd give you inhalators, she'd give you nicotine patches and that sort of stuff. So I don't understand why we can't find a legal system to get 14-year-olds plus in an authorized and controlled manner to buy vaping stuff. Because if you're 16, for example, you've been smoking for 3 years and you want to quit smoking, where do you go? Vaping is twice as more successful getting people off cigarettes than patches and every other alternative. Twice more effective than any of them. But we're saying that kids can't stop smoking. You just shouldn't have started. I mean,
it's a weird one, isn't it? It's a weird one. I mean, in where they're coming from is no kid should be smoking or vaping or anything, which is right. And let's not make any bones about it. But we'd rather them vape than smoke, but it's still a grey line because you can get, it's not a good one.
I see you as well. Just sorry to interrupt you. A really nice bloke as well. I think he's from Portugal. I think Vinraj Vape.
Portugal.
Yeah, absolutely lovely bloke. If you're not subscribed to him, people, please get yourself over to him and give him a subscribe. Also, UK Vapester as well. If you're not subscribed to him, and the Vaping Hid. Get yourself over there and give them all a big subscribe. I think the point that you have just made, Ali and Mr. B, is totally right. Kids, when I was at school, smoked. I never actually started smoking until I was 19.
I used to sell cigarettes in high school.
So it's the thing is, people the kids are gonna do it. It's the same as that they're gonna get alcohol. But do you know the actual age on nicotine patches? 16.
16. Yeah, 16 never changed.
I also
think you can go and get patches and you can go and get them sprays, but you can't have a vape.
I think we've also created a problem as an industry. I know someone that's under 16 that's been caught vaping recently, and I had a conversation with him of, why do you think people vape? And they're like, oh. So right, everyone that you know as an adult that vapes does so to quit smoking. The entire point is we come down on nicotine till we're not using nicotine, and then we can stop using them. It's a cigarette replacement. It's not harm-free. Doing stuff like vaping does, in the theory of my brain, especially when you're a child, can improve the chances of getting asthma and such things because you're inhaling vapor.
You're not supposed to take anything in your body, are you?
As a child, that's going to be really harmful for you.
I think the line which you're saying which is totally right, is that it has to be done in a controlled process. So it's not just like, right, we're just going to give vapes to underage people. But if they've already started smoking, it'd be nice if you could be able to get them like you can for the patches and try and get them off that way.
Maybe that's where the NHS could step in.
I think the other problem comes is when it's the kids who have never smoked who are then getting hold of these disposables. That's where the problem's coming on. But
that's where I'll go next with the problem that we've created. And I think the problem is that these kids that do want to buy the disposables see vaping, see that everyone's going, oh, it's 99% less harmful than smoking, and take that as in, oh, because some people say, oh, there's no danger to it, it's safe. And we take that as in, oh, it's a cool thing to do, I can do tricks, and blah, blah, blah. So as an industry trying to tell people that it's better than smoking, we've inadvertently also gone to these kids, look at this. And I'm guilty for it. I love doing tricks. And if there's no one in the shop, I quite often just go back and forth blowing nose and whatnot. But to a kid, you're going, that looks cool. Them cool kids over here are doing it. That's saying it's harmless. That's saying it's 97% less harmful than smoking. You know what I mean? So it is a mixed message to a kid. And if your parents vape, and you're only 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and they've been vaping for 5 years, you can't remember them smoking. You can't remember them making that transition. So you don't go, they do that to quit smoking. You just see them doing it and think it's a normal thing. You know what I mean?
Isn't that where parenting steps in?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if they know they're not supposed to be doing it, no kid goes home with a vape and goes, you're all right, Mom. Yeah, I mean, they still hide it. What I'm saying is we as an industry constantly say that it's not as harmful. Or we say, oh, it's safe. So that's that's not right. In this intro, we don't say it's safe. We don't say, what we say is it's 95 to 97% better than smoking. That's what the industry says.
I guarantee. Smoking.
Yeah, but no, as reviewers, we say that. The industry does quite often say, it might not so much these days, but it has in the past at least said it's safe or safer.
Safer, yes.
But as a child, you don't look at the sign text and go, oh, it's still harmful then.
I've not seen one vape company anywhere say, no, vape is totally safe.
We might not have said totally, but it does happen. But what I mean is, from a child's eyes, you're seeing that. You're not seeing that.
But that's when parenting kicks in.
It's like these soccer mums. I think I remember on the show once, we used to do like a news sort of segment of it, and the wonderful Mr. Coilless was reading out about this soccer mum who wrote to the government saying about their child had bought online vaping devices, and he's been caught at school, and it's all this bad. So my point on that one was, where the hell's he got the credit card to go and do it? And how is he? So she's obviously know that he's got a credit card and he's gone and done it and he's paid for it. So you should be parenting this.
But it comes down to parenting. It's a massive cop-out. The generation after generations, we've had millions of kids smoking. And the answer to that is, well, it comes down to parenting.
It does. It absolutely does.
It's just a fob it off bullshit answer. You can't stop your kids by...
Who's supposed to... Right, hang on a minute. How can it be a fob it off answer? As a parent yourself, who is in charge of creating or getting your children to understand the morals in which they live by?
I think there's two bits to this.
The entire community.
You can sit down there and you should know as well as it is yourself as a child. You could tell your child not to do anything. Don't do this, don't do that. But they will go out and they make their own decision there and then. And whether you've instilled it in them and put it into their heads, a child will always especially do what you're not supposed to do. Don't go in that. I remember Daniel, he got grounded for a week about just before Christmas or a couple of months before Christmas. Told him not to go into this derelict house. What did the first thing him and his mates do? went into the derelict house. Now, that doesn't make me a bad parent because I told him not to do it. But what I did was then afterwards explain why he's now grounded, and he got a good shouting at. So you can't stop your children.
Finding out they're doing it or not finding out they're doing it, blah, 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 then you could say it's down to parenting. Yeah. But a child waiting at a corner shop and buying a vape, using it and then giving it his mate to take home, but that's not down to parenting. That's got fuck all to do with parenting. It's just a form of excuse. But it just pisses me. When it comes to smoking, I always thought, as a parent, I don't smoke anymore, which is brilliant because when the kids come home smelling of smoke, I'll smell it and go, right, I've caught you, little fucker. You can't do that with vapes because they're not going to smell her old.
But the thing is,
so which makes it harder to detect.
But in the same way, I do agree with Mr. B. You will get a lot of parents out there who
but don't care,
don't give a shit. And it's not just with vaping; it's with all sorts. You've just got to go and look at that shooting that was in America in that school. They bought him. He shouldn't have had a gun. They bought him a gun. And let him have it, and then he's took it to school, and then there was loads of red flags about, look, he wants to kill people, and that's what he went and did.
Here's the thing where we're getting a little bit mixed and blurred on the lines, because I'm seeing a lot in chat about, well, you can't tell kids to do fuck all these days because they just don't fucking listen to you. That's not what I said. When we started this conversation about children, the comment that I took sort of like went, hang on a minute with, is when we say, well, kids think it's safe because we say it's safe. No, we've never said it's safe. We've said it's safer than smoking cigarettes. Yeah. And if a kid is saying, I'm doing this because it's safe, then it's up to the parent to say, no, it isn't safe, and educating them maybe or helping them understand that it's better than smoking.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying, where the parenting comes in.
The whole thing is you don't want them to smoke or vape.
Yeah,
you don't want them to do either.
But my entire point was, as an industry, we've made it look cool. We've done everything else. And that was my entire point. The education point for the children's not there.
I will guarantee there is not one child on this earth that's seen me vaping on, fuck me, he looks cool.
Yeah. that would mean the child would have to come to your house, wouldn't it? That would be a bit weird.
They can see me on YouTube, motherfucker.
But that's my entire point. As an industry, as we're doing tricks and things, I'm not saying we should put disclaimers on and all that shit. I'm just saying it never really dawned on me that there is all this information of it's safer. Because if you just say vaping safer, a child don't look at that and go, safer than what? They just go, oh, it's safer. It looks cool. You don't smell it when you go home. It creates a bit more of a problem, if you know what I mean. And I'm not being, don't get me wrong, I'm not being a Karen saying, oh, we should protect the children, we should legislate it, blah, blah, blah.
Children are the future.
lads, I've just checked the time and we're like at 20 to 8 with Chungalong. I just need to remind everybody.
The schedule!
There is, the schedule. There is a code down in the corner from our wonderful sponsor, the Rochford Project. I haven't got a bottle on here because, like I've said, I've just moved all my office around. So you will be able to get yourself some of the Midnight Oil. We will be doing that giveaway as well a little bit later on. But you can use 3 Men Vape all the way up until midnight tonight, and that will get you 15% off. Now, we have got some other stuff for you. We're going to have a little look. Should we do the tech or should we do bargains? Which one do you want to do, lads?
Do bargains.
We'll do bargains. Let's play this one.
A message from deep within the jungle. I've searched high and low for a lot of the deals. So here from Vape, deals of the week.
I love that bumper. I absolutely love that bumper. Deals of the week, Mr. B.
You see why Harley wanted to do deals? It's simply because he spoke more in the last 10 minutes than he has in the last 6 months.
Well, unlike you, I only talk when there's something worth saying, you know. I don't just sit and let my mouth run, do I?
Woo!
I love you too, you dickhead. Right, let's get to these deals. Fucking bastard. Right. We're going to start with our friends over at Evolution Vaping. Today's deal, you can get the Smok Mag V8 kit for just £19.99.
That's the bypass kit, in it? Semi-mech.
Yes. No, maybe. To be honest, I've never had the Mag V8, so you'll know more than me on that one. It is introducing the new Mag V8 kit by Smok. The new kit comprises of the Mag V8 mod, which has been paired up with the TF Mini V2. 2 was $29.99. Now get it for $19.99. You get it in black and red, rainbow and black, which is the first rainbow one that I actually like the look of. And you get it in silver.
I like that silver one, as well as it takes.
Yeah, that's nice.
18650, 2700s, and 21700s. Really good.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's from what I've heard, it's a good one.
Well,
Next up,
we've got better than the original one. The original one, all the paint fell off.
That's Smok for you. But for 20 quid, it's not a bad kit. But moving on to a cracking kit, we've got the Lost Vape Fairplay 200 watt box mod kit from Vaping 101.
That's really good, that.
Was $59.99, now $39.99. It comes in an array of colours. You've got calf leather black, calf leather gum angle, calf leather gunmetal, calf leather stainless steel, carbon fibre black, carbon fibre, blah, 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 and finally Sierra blue. Look how quickly I went through them. That's one of my favourites.
Is that the UB Pod Pro?
Yes.
Yeah, they're on all of them, yeah.
Pisses me off.
Does anything not piss you off?
Well, it's not a fucking pod, is it?
I think as well, I was talking to Army Man Brad. He had a problem with this, but he has spoken to Lost Vape, and they are sending him an actual another one out. So he had a problem with
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Well, yeah, but for 40 quid, decent little kit.
Yeah.
But this one, I love this one. This is the Voopoo Musket 120 watt starter kit. Was $44.99. Now it's a snippet at $24.99. It comes in black, violette, primrose, champagne gold, moon white, space grey, poppy red, and pea penis green.
That one don't piss me off.
I think Tomer's got this one. He showed me it the other day. For that price, that's not bad. It has got that look of the double barrel, hasn't it?
Exactly. That's why I like it. And it does actually have a screen on top, which you can't see off these images. But there is an adjustable screen on the top there. And it is a nice looking kit. I like the look of that. And for 25 quid, you can't grumble. But last but not least, we're going to move over to our friends at E-Cigarette 1 or E-Cig 1. It is the Waterfall Endura Pro 230 watt box mod. Was £50, dropped down to $29.99. It comes in King Kong red, King Kong blue, King Kong orange, and red that looks like poo. And there
I'll tell you what, again, that is a really, really good mod. It is really durable. I've reviewed it. It is absolutely fantastic mod, that.
I wouldn't have red, though. I think red looks terrible. If I was going to have any, I think it'd be the orange.
I think that's the one I've got. I think.
Yeah, the orange looks the nicest for me. But, you know, black or red or black or orange, just not that thing. That's gaudy. That's very gaudy.
If you want to well worth like 30 quid. Banger, that's
Grizz says penis green, mate, doctors for you.
It's pea penis green. Look, pea penis green. It's a pea penis. It is what it is. And there are your deals, folks. Thank you for listening.
And we're back. Thank you so much. There's some really good deals there. There's a couple of mods. Like Tomer was saying, he really likes that musket and also that Pro. Very, very good pricing. Right, just while I set this up, we will be doing your giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. And it is for some lovely... Have you got some Rochford there?
Oh, have I? Look at that midnight oil. Oh, sexy stuff. Nearly out.
It has, so I'll tell you what. If you do get that, please let it steep for a good week or two, because it just changes.
1 week. That'll do it.
But to be honest with you, it won't last that long. If you start it straight away, it is really, really nice. And I know a lot of people don't like the coffee vapes. If you want to join the giveaway for 2 bottles of the Rochford Project, put in Rochford, and then hopefully the keyword will work. But we never
Rochford.
know. We never know. I'm just waiting for somebody to put Rochford in. And then once Rochford goes in, we're all right. There we go, it's working. That's what I quite like. So, let's get over on to the deals of the week. It's
done the
Harley's
deals.
Tech Report.
Yeah, it's Harley's Tech Report.
And we are back. Big screen.
We may as well let Aidan go through this because he's about got everything. This one's the Digi Flavour XP 77-watt kit by Digi Flavour, like I said. I don't like this. It's too lighter. It's too flashy. I do like this, though. It's not original. I'm sure someone's done it before. The button's the turny dial.
Yeah.
So you can turn the wattage and shit.
That did that? Was it Hydro that did that?
There's been a few.
Or was it IPV?
I think Anakin's done one.
There was also...
No, it weren't IPV. IPV with the little fucking nipple thing that he'd moved.
Oh, not Vape.
Sure, it was iJoy.
OXV Vape did one.
It's got shitty lighty uppy things, and this basically means this panel here that says Digi Flavour lights up and flashes.
Oh, God, no.
It's got a safety protection switch, which is quite nice. Is it Smok that's been doing that recently? Or it's Geek Vape, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's got the little switch. And I always think that's a good idea. Easier than pressing it 3 times or dual pressing buttons and shit.
It just sits at the bottom. Obviously, Digi Flavour is a subsidiary company of Geek Vape.
You've got the AMR co-branded version. Fantastic. XP pod tank. So over pod tank. See, that's a proper pod tank. It connects properly. Not screw on. Oh dear. And that's it. That's all we're doing for that one.
And they also use the coils, obviously Geek Vape coils.
We've got the Coilless vape. It's RTA. It's
no, not for me.
MTL RTA, I'm guessing, because of the airflow adapter.
Adapter on it, yeah.
It's top fill. It's 23 by 55. It's got an extension tube, which, do you know, I've always thought a bit baffling. And surely it affects the flavour and the heat and whatever else.
Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't.
Because I think go on.
I've had it where it's like when with the Pandora when you put that on the extension, you lost very, very little, if any, flavour.
I think the original Kaolin, that came with the extension, but you could also, I'm sure you could also get a bubble glass for it instead of the extension.
When it comes to losing flavour, there's a couple of things that you've got to take into account. First, the travel up the chimney, how long that is, and secondly, how big the chamber is where the coils are. If it's quite a small chamber with not a lot of room, and it's not that long a chimney, you're not going to have that much of an issue.
I'm imagining that's a 22 mil, is it?
23, isn't it?
23, yeah.
23 mil, yeah. So it's only a small tank.
Yeah, it's MTL in it, pretty much.
What's the deck like? Have we got anything in the deck?
I hadn't, no.
Oh.
I know, I did look, but no. This is a demo anyway.
Again, it's nice to see an RTA coming out. For us as the hobbyist vapors, it's nice to see that coming out.
Yeah, I do agree. Next up, we've got the OXV Oxford, as Aidan calls it. I call it the OXVA, and Vapex Unibox. Go on, Aidan, do you want to tell us everything about this?
Nice.
It's got the military grade tri-proof. The military grade thing always pisses me off. I think it's very macho in it.
Who the fuck is Justin Lee and Colin Wang?
Justin Lee is he was the one who made all of the Geek Vape range, you know, like the Legend and stuff, and then he went off on his own and made Oxford. Colin Wang is the designer for Vapex.
You think you put them underneath a little bit, so because it's like they said, designed by P. Diddy and Snoop Dogg. You know who them people are. You don't need to ask. I think we should just put a little bit on, like an explainer underneath.
Designed by massive paragraph.
Yeah.
No, all you have to put is ex-designer of Oxford, ex-designer of fucking Nissan or whatever.
Anybody that's been reading this while Mr. B's been going off on his tangent will have noticed this little bit here that says rate your battery. They're the colours.
I like that one on the right. Oh, that's gorgeous.
I've got the one in the middle.
Oh, I like that. I do. I'll have to purchase that. That looks nice.
But it's got a rate your battery feature, which, yet again, as we've been talking about, it's innovation. Good innovation if it works. It tells you the quality of your battery and gives it a score to enjoy more fun and ensure safe use. What a cracking use.
That is actually fair play. Credit where credit's due. That's a decent system, is it?
Let us know in chat. Do you think chargers, like the chargers that we obviously charge batteries on, should have an actual health sort of meter of the actual battery?
Yeah, agreed.
I think that's a brilliant bit of innovation there.
Well, that'd be the best place to put a rating system, wouldn't it, on a charger rather than in the mod itself.
Flat Cap Vape, okay, brother. Colin wanged me last week.
Fair play.
I like that. That's a good one, that one, Flat Cap.
It comes with some new Uniplus coils with your 0.15 for 70 to 80 watts and the 0.3 for 35 to 40 watts. So no MTL for this little beast, but there is RDL.
Jay Vape Reviews, lovely to see you, brother. Really old mate of mine. He's saying that some do have health things on them, but they are usually very expensive.
Nice. I like the design of it. I've got to say, I like the design of it.
Yeah, it's well made. It's got. I tell you what, it's got some weight in it. It's
I cheated with this one and just stole the entire image. This is the Adron Mini Combo. It's actually the Adron Mini from Steam Crave, but there is also a combo kit. So you can buy the mod on its own, or you can buy the mod with the tank, which I shall tell you what it is.
Steam Crave, so it's probably going to be like $5,000.
It's the Rome Riser Supreme V3 RDTA that it comes with. I
haven't got that.
I know Aiden and Flatcap are big fans of Steam Crave, but I've never been that much of a fan, to be fair.
I
always found them overpriced. I always found them overpriced.
I always think they're so well made. You've got to think, I've got Steam Crave stuff that's 5-6 years old that still looks brand new and working perfect.
That's because you don't use them.
No, I don't use them quite often. But I absolutely love their tank.
I've got a Steam Crave mod on my shelf.
I've not used it in 4 years. It looks brand new.
One of my favourite tanks as well, the Supreme V3. Very easy to wick, very easy to build on.
Again, my only problem with Steam Crave, and the reason why I don't have any of their products is because I always found them too expensive.
What's that about, Aiden? Max charging current 2 amp / 3 amp. Is it 2 amp or is it 3 amp?
3 amp / 2 amp. I'm not quite sure.
I imagine that means 3 amp, but you can use it with 2 amp.
3 amp if you're brave, but 2 amp for everyone else.
Remember as well, obviously, with it being DNA, you can go into the settings if you go on to Resolve, and you can change how it actually charges, with it being the DNA chip.
See, I think this is where I get bummed out by the innovation. I just get bored of looking at mods. The last one was nice because it actually had a difference.
Do you know what I like on that one there where they actually pointed out this is the DNA logo.
Yeah. And I think that's what put me off so much last year, that so many of the devices that came out was the same. I mean, when you're writing for Easy Click, it makes it even harder because you have to write a detailed review, but not copy your last review, which was about a device that looked exactly the same, did exactly the same shit, just had a different brand on it. And you got to a point where you're like, this is just bullshit. So it's nice to have come back and got a fucking variety of different things to review.
21,700.
Tom, you can make your point, Tom. I just don't believe it's going to be the last one.
Jay's Vape Reviews is saying 21,700 will be the 3 amp and the 18650 will be the 2 amp.
I still like my explanation. 3 amp if you're brave, but 2 amp for everyone else.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. I expected that's what it meant, but it's just strange having put max 3 or 2. Well, no, the max is 3.
So Toma wanted to make a last sort of comment on things. The health office in Israel say each cigarette is 10 puffs and 1 box of cigarettes is equal to 0.7 mil. So $5 tax on each box of cigarettes. So they came out with 7 per mil.
You can't say that. I've had this argument with people before, and it actually hurts my head that people think this way. You can't what's the difference between a normal cigarette and a Super King cigarette? It all depends on how hard you drag, how much of the cigarette you smoke. There's so many variables that come in that you can't really do a 1-for-1 ratio between vaping and smoking.
There is 38 eligible users for the giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get in there, make sure you put Rochford in now, so you're in with a chance of winning some loveliness. And also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, please put the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whichever you want. It all counts to it. But put the thumbs up. It really does help. You sat there at your computer. If you're on your phone, just press that thumbs up. We'll give him a couple of seconds. Yeah, it's daft, Mr. V. You're trying to say the cigarette is so many mil. You can't.
Compare a Marlboro to a fucking JPA or John Player Special. Marlboros are like 20 milligrams of nicotine. The others are like 15. It's fucking all over the place.
Yeah, but scientifically speaking, I suppose you could compare. For example, do you know what the average MTL puff length is?
No.
It's 3.5 seconds.
I'm going to say it's about 4 seconds on a direct run, but I don't use MTL.
The research has been done. The average MTL puff length is close to 3.5 seconds. So that's what I mean. I'm not saying that it can be done to work it out in a tax way. That is just ridiculous. But to work it out comparatively, it obviously can be done. It is just numbers. But I do agree with you. It is absolutely ridiculous.
There's too many variables to get a definitive answer on the question, though. There's too many variables.
The size
you work
on
averages,
tip,
don't you?
thought it better not. Right, let's roll this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to roll it now. We've got 42 eligible users. Remember as well at the bottom, if you do not win and you do want to get yourself on some of the lush juice from Jay, who's an absolute star, down in the bottom, there you go. There's 3 men vaped. We'll get you 15% off all the way to midnight tonight. So go and check him out. We're going to roll it. And the winner is Graham Maberell. I think that's right. Maberell. Maberell. I might be totally utterly wrong, and I'm sorry if I'm destroying your second name, brother. Congratulations. Do you want it? Do you want it?
Vaping, he says, cigarettes used to, or maybe still are, based on the amount of tar in them and not nicotine. No, not strictly true. Yes, there's a tar count on the side of the box, but there is also a nicotine amount on the side of the box too.
Do you know what I remember years and years ago? They never used to put the carbon monoxide on there as well.
I remember years ago, they used to put people dying on the front of them either.
Well, no, they didn't do that. No, but I'm on about it used to be the foreign cigarettes who used to put the carbon monoxide. Yes, Graham wants it. I think you know me now, guys. That's it. He does know you. I will. If you can just send me an email. Oh, that's wrong. That. Look at me. Can't even spell my own name.
Nothing new there.
littlebrofapes@gmail.com. Let me know. Send me an email. Everybody else's, the other winners, I know we had a little bit of a backlog of them, have all been sent out. So you should be receiving them very, very soon. This has been an absolute corking show, lads. Thank you so much. We've had a good old giggle. And
there's me thinking we were going to whinge and moan about Boris Johnson.
No, I'm not going to say anything about that. I've just been for a beer with him.
He's a fucking tit.
I've just been for a beer with him.
I've just been for a beer with him. I had to bring cheese there.
And champagne in his garden.
Harley, I'm going to say your prayers then. Harley, say your goodbyes.
Ladies, gents, it's been delightful. Everyone on chat, you've been great. It has been fun, and it's always enjoyable, especially when we're in debates, to have your points of view on things. So thank you for taking part. If you're watching on the replay, feel free to bang your opinions down there in the comment section for me to read out next week. Even if it is a different week, your points and opinions still matter. Mr. B, you've been delightful as always.
No,
with your intelligent glasses on. They're only for image. We don't actually make it more intelligent. That was one of the things that came into my brain, but my filter didn't quite catch it in time.
Poor lad. You've given him, do you know, I actually quite like it today, mate, because you've given him some stick back. He normally gives you tons.
Aiden, I love you. You know,
I love you too, brother. Over to the wonderful Mr. V, who I've got. It's episode 117. 2 people agreed with him, and we need to remember this in it.
It's a bittersweet. I was all on high that people agreed with me. Then he tells me that the glasses don't make me intelligent. I'm gutted.
To make you look more intelligent.
All I've got to say is whoever is going to make the effort to put a comment on tonight's show for Harley, please use extremely long words. And from the long words, research it, put some effort in, indubitably, things like that, and we'll have a bit of fun next week. Who can trip up Harley the most? There will be a prize of pride. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. That's all from me, Mr. B. Pass it on to El Jefe.
Big love to everybody in chat. I'm sorry, Stu. Stu's all the way out in Australia. YouTube's been messing up there. We haven't dropped any frames here, so it's your side. I'm so sorry, brother. But you're going to have to watch it on the replay. Big love to
internet hamster.
Yeah. Big love to everybody, and also big love to the Spanners who make sure that we are safe. Make sure you join us next week, same bat time, same bat channel. And make sure you join us tomorrow on the UK Vape Show. It is going to be the 300th show, and it is going to also be a very, very special show. There's going to be some very big surprises tomorrow night for you on the UK Vape Show. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And don't forget to tune in to my brother as well. The home service, that's on at 7:30. And also, straight away after us, you've got Benny Vapes, you've got the home service, so go, not the home service, the home show. Go and check them out as well. Big love to you all. On the way out, make sure you stick them thumbs up. It really does help the show. We love you all. Thank you so much for your support. And we will catch you next week. Good night.
If anyone wants to make any comments about Boris Johnson, please leave them in the comment section below. We'll have some fun with that next week.
He's a super serious prick as well.
Yeah, well, when he's sacked. And stay away from those pistachers. Oh, penises.
Green.
It is a rapper, or is that P. Diddy? Or is that P. Diddy? Ah.